Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucille Morgan on Take 101.
I think the main thing with budgeting, is go through the script first. Make sure your script is finalised. I mean, we did 28 pages, so that's around about 28 minutes. So just look at all the locations you need, how much that will cost. Just do your research before you do anything. Think little things, how far away the location is. That's going to cost a fair bit in petrol, just for, 5 cars, the van. So just look at the script first, and go through each page and just note down where it's going to be, how much that's going to cost. Add all that up, and just in case, add another £2,000 on top of that. Yeah, go through the script and work out your budget from there, I'd say.
If you go to a production company saying, this is what I roughly believe it to be, they're going to go, all right, let's have a look at it. And if you're on point with what you said, then they're more likely to go, all right, yeah, let's take it on. Yeah. If they have to look through the script, even you're just asking them to do more work, whereas if you give them everything at once, like a package, they're more likely to go, yeah, all right, we'll have a look at this then. Yeah. Because they must get so many scripts sent to them, just can you produce this, can you produce that, whereas they need to, one, find the money themselves or find an investor. If you go along and help them,
just go with everything you can, even if it might be useless to them, just bring everything you can. Just every single breakdown of all the costs. Every little thing from petrol to breakfast in the morning for people, just write down absolutely everything and they'll believe in you then.
Okay, so first-time filmmaker or an independent filmmaker should have a lot of things to think about before they actually sit down to draft their budget. First of all, you need to look at the necessities. When I talk about necessities, it's what actually gets the production moving, what you can't do without. So you need to look into location costs, legal costs. Legal costs include location permits, production insurance, and any other type of legal fees that you have to pay for the production. And in as well as looking at catering fees. I mean, no matter how low budget you are, you've got to have food, right? I know I have to. And after you've done that, we then look at what's called the variable costs. Now this goes on to crew, cast, and other minor details, props even, and camera hire, equipment hire basically. So the reason why all that stuff is under the variables group is some of it you can always do without, believe it or not. So instead of you having a 7-man camera crew, if you're on a budget and you work out the figures and they're not working, you may have to take out 2 members from that team and just have 5 members off the camera team. And that will still be an effective camera crew. So when you're drafting your budget, just bear in mind the necessities and the variable needs of the budgeting.
Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucille Morgan on Take 101.
Come fly with me, let's fly away. Hello there, welcome to Let's Fly. I'm your host, John Tapanis, where we'll be covering everything in the aviation industry, from getting your wings to owning your own aircraft. Now, with the advance in technology these days, it's become increasingly easy to fly around. Only last week I flew from London to Scotland in my friend's private jet, but is it worth being a pilot when the benefits are just as much or even just slightly less than that of a passenger? The benefits of being a passenger are you get to do what you please in the comfort of your own seat, unless of course the pilot doesn't know what he's doing, and then of course you're in for a bumpy ride, and of course you're stuck with the pilot's decision making, which when he doesn't even know which way the crosswinds are going, it's going to be a horrible experience. But hey, what do us passengers know? Of course, the benefits of being a pilot are that you can fly whenever you need. You can take out a private plane and fly over for France for the day. Of course, the French, they are quite particular about who they let in, but if you work on your French accent, you'll be a sure bet to get into the country. Well, there you have it. Those are the two sides of the story, but which is better? Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a quick question? Have you ever considered becoming a pilot? He hasn't, no. See, people of Stratford not interested in being pilots. Excuse me, madam. Have you ever considered becoming a pilot?
Pilot.
A pilot who flies planes?
Yeah, I have seen.
Have you ever considered becoming one?
I didn't get you, sorry.
Would you like to be a pilot?
Now,
Yes.
how can it possible? I'm a common woman.
Come on. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. Well, there you have it. Once again, the barrier of English standing in the way of aviation. Should people who can't speak English allowed to become pilots? Clearly, the answer is no. They'll probably fly you to the wrong airport, much like Ryanair. So, would you ever consider becoming a pilot?
Pilot, yes.
So how do we begin to put numbers on paper to work out who's going to be paid, what, when, and where?
But I try to forge very good relationship with these guys. You know, the crew, everyone involved, even the cast and all. Because of the relationship you would have got with them, they themselves will look and say, you know what, we're working as a team, I'm helping you. It's a give and take project. So I would always ensure the relationship is good, negotiate properly, let them know it's a low budget. There'll come a time when you do a massive big budget. I mean, if the money is there, why not? The skies are limit. But because we're gradually coming up, I'm talking about, African movies, not like Hollywood though. Because we're coming up, it's important that we create a good relationship, negotiate with them, and don't start putting, if I want to give you, say, 5,000 for a movie, I'm not going to start telling you 5,000, start with 3, come up to 4, and then 4.5. Perhaps if you still insist, then 5. It's a nice way to negotiate. Okay, the upcoming ones, I let them know I'm going to give them exposure. That's my first take on it. So listen here, you're doing well. I want you to feature in this movie. It's a big movie. So averagely, this is how much I pay for upcoming actors. Because my conscience will not permit me to get you to do it for free. You come in, you give in your time, I need to give you something. Say like what I normally do average, I give them about £500, not more than that, your upcoming ones. The ones who are in the industry, but they've not been making waves, they've featured in so many movies, people know them. Those are, they've got the exposure already, so I will let you know, well, you know what, I'm going to boost you a little bit. I'm going to give you a little bit, I'm going to raise your profile. This is how much I'm going to give to you, take it or leave it, maximum 1,000. The ones who've made names, go through their producer, go through their manager, negotiate. And if the price is right, even that, I let them know we're working as a team. I always negotiate, that's how.
Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker? Looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucien Morgan on Take 101.
I do it.
If your catering doesn't fit everyone's needs, so if a couple of people ticked that they're diabetic or they're vegetarian during your questionnaires, and then you still provide this food on set, it's something that small that could drive the entire morale on set wrong. So when it comes to welfare issues, it's not only about picking up the most crucial ones, but it's about picking up the things that matter, because something as small as, you know, the ice cream melting on set could make everyone to not be happy, because no one likes drinking ice cream, they want to eat it. So from a production point of view, when it comes to welfare matters, be very, very careful, making sure that there's enough resources, not even for catering, toiletries, even access to toilets. I understand sometimes you may need to shoot in a forest, if you're doing a scene in the bush or a scene in the wilderness by the seaside, then make sure that on the production budget you put hiring a mobile toilet at the top of the list, because it's one of the top things. You need to make sure that there's something nearby. Not everyone has to walk a mile before they can relieve themselves. So welfare issues, very important. Let's keep the crew and cast happy on set.
Hi, it's me. I'm gonna walk home with a friend of Aaron's since you're not picking up, so I'll be safe. I should be home in about half an hour, so around midnight. Love you.
Morning, beautiful. Brought you some breakfast.
Thanks, Ruben.
How did you sleep?
Strange dreams, nothing new. No monsters, at least. That's a start.
That's a good sign. Nothing scary besides waking up next to my face then.
That's more comical than scary, really. I often wonder how you make it through the world with a face like that.
Or how I got a girl like you to look my way.
Yeah, I must have been slumming it or drunk that day. Or have a thing for men with awkwardly shaped heads.
How dare you, Emma Vaughan? This is war. So I've ordered this shopping to be delivered at 2:30, so I'll be home to grab it, okay?
Are you sure it'll be here after you get back?
100% sure.
What are you looking like that for? I'm fine. Seriously, go to work. Can't have both of us moping around the flat all day, and I'm supposed to be the sulking artist type, remember? Get out, would you?
Love you.
As you may already know, making a movie is not rocket science. All it takes is courage, enthusiasm, love, understanding, empathy, sympathy.
Join us again on Take 101, the A to Z guide to digital filmmaking.
Are you a filmmaker, producer, director?
My vision, my ideology into motion picture.
Actor? Screenplay writer? Are you an aspiring filmmaker looking to start a career in the movie industry? Do you want to see what happens behind the scenes when you're looking at those movies in your local cinema? Take 101 will take you on a journey of the filmmaking process from concept to reality, from idea to motion picture. Take 101 will bring you, the industry professionals, and take you through the A to Z of the filmmaking process.
Lucille Morgan on Take 101.